Have you ever pondered why the seventh day, the Sabbath, holds such significance across cultures and religions? It's not merely a day of rest, but a day steeped in spiritual significance, a symbol of the divine balance between work and rest. Take a moment to consider Exodus 20, verses 8 to 11. These verses are part of the Ten Commandments, where God commands us to remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. The 6 days of labor culminate in a day of rest, a divine rhythm established since the dawn of time. This divine rhythm is echoed in Genesis 2, verses 2 and 3. Here we learn that God himself rested on the seventh day after 6 days of creation, blessing this day and setting it apart. The Sabbath is not a mere human tradition, but a divine ordinance woven into the very fabric of creation itself. Isaiah 58, verses 13 and 14, further illuminate the Sabbath's spiritual significance. These verses describe the Sabbath as a delight, a day to honor God. When we observe the Sabbath correctly, we are reflecting God's character and holiness. Even Jesus affirmed the importance of the Sabbath in Mark 2, verses 27 and 28. He declared that the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath, reinforcing the idea that the Sabbath is a divine gift to humanity. Hebrews 4, verses 9 and 10 describe the Sabbath rest as a symbol of the ultimate rest in Christ. This suggests that the Sabbath's relevance extends beyond a mere day of rest to a profound spiritual reality. But what about Galatians 4, verses 9 and 10? Some interpret these verses to mean that observing special days, including the Sabbath, is a form of bondage. However, consider the context. Paul was addressing the Galatians, who were turning to Jewish ceremonial laws and rituals, not the Ten Commandments. The days, months, times, and years he referred to were Jewish festivals and ceremonial Sabbaths, not the weekly Sabbath. This interpretation is supported by Colossians 2, verses 16 and 17, which distinguish the weekly Sabbath from ceremonial observances. Romans 14, verses 5 and 6 also suggest that Paul was addressing personal convictions about days of fasting and feasting, not the moral obligation of the Sabbath. In Matthew 5, verses 17 and 18, Jesus affirms the enduring nature of God's law, including the Sabbath commandment. And in Acts 13, verses 42 to 44, we see that early Christians, including Gentiles, observed the Sabbath, demonstrating its ongoing relevance. In conclusion, the Sabbath is more than a day of rest. It's a divine institution, a gift to humanity, and a symbol of the ultimate rest in Christ. Despite some misconceptions, the Sabbath's importance and relevance remain undiminished today. The Sabbath invites us to pause, reflect, and reconnect with our Creator, a practice as necessary today as it was at the dawn of creation.